Kasi iba kasi mature sa akin. Ngayon, pwede ko na ulit tungkol sila.
それもやっぱりそのボクシングっていうものが好きだからなんかそのボクシングっていうステに行った時はもうそういうモード入っちゃうんじゃないですかね。
まあやっぱり、ボクシングが好きだからもうそれが一番ですね。はい。
Manny Pacquiao has joined Naoya Inoue's brutal training camp for his next fight. Inside camp, every punch, every round, and every sacrifice reveal exactly why the monster remains one of boxing's most feared champions.
しっかりと直哉の距離をキープしてヒットアンドエイで自分のパンチは当たるんだけども相手のパンチを外すよっていうのを繰り返しながら崩してダメージ与えてっていう感じで、自分の今のイメージはそういう感じで組み立てていきたいかなっていう、思ってます。
His father and longtime trainer, Shingo Inoue, explains how he is pushing Naoya to put in greater effort and become more connected to his game.
いやもうスイッチは入ってますよ。で結構本人の切り替えもうまいんですよ。やっぱりこう抜くとか抜いたりとか、疲れが溜まってるなっていう時はやっぱ自分に言ってきて、今日ちょっと抜いていいとか、やっぱ自分ですごいコントロールしてバランス取ってます。ただ練習モードに入るともうガチッと入るんで、もうそこはもうしっかりもうスイッチは入ってます。もうそうですね。もうこの27や27でもそれをしっかりやることによって
All the hard work, Inoue insists, is about proving why he belongs at the top, and he believes that relentless effort will help him achieve it one day.
最高の試合を見せてやろうという気持ちではいますね。
毎回一緒なんですけど、やっぱり前回よりも今回やっぱり色濃くどうしても相手が変わるとやっぱりディフェンスだったりとかっていうところってやっぱり絶対出てくるんですね。だからそれはスパーリングでもやっぱり見えてくるので、そういう時にしっかりとやっぱり直してやっぱりその本番試合に向けていけるようなっていうのは考えてますけど、どここうっていうのよりももう今の状態のまま色濃くっていうイメージですかね。
Inoue is prepared for any challenge ahead, while his father insists there is little time left, and any fighter willing to step up is welcome.
と思うんですよ。あと何試合やるかわからないんですけど、もうそこの決まったその数試合を色濃くしっかりと悔いなくやってもらえたらいいのかなっていう、もうそこだけですかね。それをやれば必ず結果ついてくると思ってるんで、
ちょっとフェザー級になるとこの体重もまだそこまで足りてるわけじゃないし、フィジカル的にもまだ問題な面があるので、不安と楽しみと、だそういう気持ちがあるから本当に追求していけるというか、そういう気持ちが生まれるんで、そういったところにも挑戦していきたいなと。挑戦しなくなったらね、終わりだと思うんで。
All these signs suggest a major showdown could be getting closer. Max Kellerman has now shed light on the timeline surrounding a possible Inoue and Bam Rodriguez fight, revealing that Inoue has set a limit on how long he is willing to wait. If Bam does not move quickly, the champion could look elsewhere for his next big challenge.
The ring's #1 pound-for-pound fighter in the world, the monster Naoya Inoue, said he will only fight Jesse Bam Rodriguez if the bout takes place before February 2027. Inoue says he won't delay his career waiting for Bam, and that if Bam wants more time at bantamweight before accepting the fight won't happen.
Put the pressure on him, Max!
Inoue will move up to featherweight. Cop, let me just say this. If Inoue goes up to featherweight and eventually beats Espinoza, or even better, if he stays where he is, fights and beats Bam, and then moves up to featherweight and eventually beats Espinoza.
Adding more fuel to the story, Mike Coppinger has provided a clearer picture of when this blockbuster matchup could happen. According to Coppinger, the fight between Inoue and Bam is being lined up for a specific date, meaning both sides may have limited time to finalize everything. With the window narrowing, even a small delay could put the entire plan at risk.
Conversation over.
Now we start to talk about who's the greatest fighter ever who spent his career featherweight and below. And Inoue will be on a very short list and maybe at number 1.
I agree with that.
Let me ask,
Like, this is insane.
let me ask you this also. If he does that, is it the Terrence Crawford era or is it the Inoue era? Because that would be really special stuff.
Would that be considered coming after Crawford?
That's a good question.
But then the question is in
Crawford out of
retrospect, where
Right.
should they have been? I just can't pick against Crawford.
No,
can't
I
either,
get
though.
that.
Let's not even do
but
that.
look, it's my understanding that the fight is going to happen in February. That's the plan, is for the fight to happen in Tokyo. It's a big, big fight. And I respect that of Inoue. This is why he's one of the all-time greats. He's not going to wait around. He's not going to fight cupcakes waiting around for Bam. So I think Bam
And he
wants to
doesn't
be great too.
also Inoue never ducks the smoke against the toughest guys in the.
Shakur Stevenson has now added another layer to the growing debate, pointing to Bam Rodriguez as the opponent most capable of stopping Inoue's dominance. Stevenson believes Rodriguez has the speed, technical ability, and unpredictable style to create serious problems. In his view, Bam could have the exact combination needed to expose weaknesses and hand the Japanese star one of his toughest tests.
I like Bam. I can't go against Bam. I know Bam, and Bam my guy. I think Inoue is a great fighter, but I think Bam might be his kryptonite. I seen him get dropped by a southpaw, and I think Bam punch hard enough where he could drop.
Sean Porter sees several factors that could shape this matchup, especially the difference in size and experience between the two men. Even so, Porter believes Inoue holds the advantage when the pressure rises. His sharp timing, explosive power, and ability to make adjustments mid-fight could prove decisive. While Bam brings exceptional speed and technical skill, Porter feels Inoue has enough tools to control the fight and secure the victory.
Actually does matter. I think that gap in that weight, Inoue being slightly older, more experienced and things like that, I am inclined to favor Inoue in this fight, even though I haven't seen as much Inoue as I've seen Bam. But the reason why I favor is because the age gap, the size gap. That's big for the little guys. And Inoue is a monster. He's a monster. So I think that Inoue would be the favorite, and on the betting odds and the blah 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 blah. And it's a hell of a fight.
Stepping in, Tim Bradley believes Bam should take one more serious test before stepping into the biggest fight of his career. In Bradley's view, Junto Nakatani is the perfect measuring stick for Rodriguez. A victory over Nakatani would answer major questions about Bam's ability to compete with the very best. Until he proves he can handle Nakatani's speed, strength, and relentless pressure, Bradley feels an Inoue showdown may be premature.
However, I wouldn't mind seeing Nakatani and Bam Rodriguez. Prove it. Prove yourself. Bam, fight that guy. You guys have been hovering around the same weight class. That guy is a pound for pound guy. You beat that pound for pound guy, then you go after Inoue. Right? Inoue beat him. You beat him? Oh, that's a statement. And if you beat him even better, that's a statement. Then, if that happens, then I say, you know what? Bam got a chance. Bam got a chance on the back end. Inoue would be 1 year older, right? Maybe the end of 2027 or the beginning of 2028.
Bradley's message is simple. Bam should not force the Inoue fight before he is fully prepared. With Inoue unwilling to wait indefinitely, the timing becomes crucial. Bradley suggests that delaying the matchup until late 2027 could benefit Rodriguez greatly. The extra time would allow Bam to gain experience, strengthen his physical game, and sharpen his skills, potentially giving him a far better chance of pushing Inoue to his limits.
He'll be a little bit older, maybe slowed down a bit, a little bit more wear and tear on his body. And Bam, being as young as he is, he'll be ready. He will be ready then, for sure. And I don't think there's no rush in the fight right now. Not right now. I don't think so. So, but again, Turkey Al Sheik, he can be a little bit impatient. He can get impatient, and he want what he want, and if he want it now, then he might have to do it because the money's there right now. It might not be there, kind of like with Boots and Virgil.
Speaking on the fight, Max Kellerman says Bam has shown the toughness, talent, and competitive fire needed for a major challenge. Still, Kellerman sees the weight gap as a serious concern. Rodriguez would have to absorb the strength and punching power of a naturally bigger Inoue. While Bam's speed and technical skills could create openings, Kellerman believes the physical demands of moving up could make every exchange increasingly difficult.
And definitely one that is a super fight.
Given how many tough fights Inoue's been in, and how young Bam is, and how well he boxes as a southpaw, I would be like, yeah, Bam's gonna do it, except that he's the smaller guy coming up. He doesn't have a very long reach. If he was a long fighter like you, I'd be like, I think Bam maybe beats him. This to me is like a pick'em kind of fight, because if anyone has a size, it's Inoue with the size advantage, right?
You have to move 2 weight classes up, right?
2 weight classes. Bam, man, Bam's special, man. He's special. He move extremely well. He can box, IQ.
And he can punch. They don't call him Bam because he can't punch.
And I know he's from San Antonio. You can't tell me he ain't spent no time in Houston. He moved like a brother. His whole movement. Bam is badass. So that's a great fight.
You want to have a racial draft?
Teofimo Lopez believes Inoue showed openings in his recent battle with Nakatani that Bam could target if they meet. Meanwhile, Max Kellerman warns that Rodriguez would be facing a dangerous puncher whose power could change the fight instantly. Yet Kellerman also sees a challenge for Inoue, arguing that climbing through heavier divisions brings greater physical demands. Both analysts suggest the matchup could reveal important questions about Inoue at a higher weight.
Nakatani was picking up in the later rounds.
He was.
8, 9, 10th round, he was catching on. And that also shows a little bit of whether it's fatigue or leverage for Bam, if that was to be the case.
Yeah.
Pick up on that.
I mean,
he don't move like Bam, though. That makes sense?
He goes in, angles, everything, and pivots.
We've seen that if you hit Inoue clean, he can go down.
Yes,
he will go down.
Yep.
So I want to see when Bam touches him, what happens?
And every time he gets knocked down, it's always like the same punch, hand down, boom.
The other thing about Inoue, though, that let's not forget is he was a devastating knockout puncher in the lighter weight classes. The reason he doesn't look like a devastating knockout puncher now is because he keeps moving up in weight, fighting bigger and bigger guys.
Sharing his perspective, Sergio Mora believes age could become an important factor if this showdown takes longer to materialize. Although Inoue currently holds clear advantages, Mora warns that time can gradually change a fighter's physical abilities. Moving into heavier divisions could make that challenge even greater, as the added size and strength may place more stress on his body and eventually diminish some of the qualities that make him so dangerous.
Very close to it, despite the best efforts of people like you to block this fight from happening.
Inoue is going to be, what, 34 by the time?
A little younger. I think he's 32, 33. I think he's only 31 now. Maybe I'm going to get it wrong, but he's not going to be 34.
If he starts hitting 34-ish, then I think that's a different story, Mannix. But when you ask me this question with Bam,
he's 33. He just turned 33.
It was last year when you told me that. I said, "Are you crazy? Slap yourself." I think it was 2 years ago when Monster Inoue was just knocking out. He was a wrecking ball. Now I'm starting to evolve and starting to like this because I know what age does to a fighter. No matter how great you are, age will start eroding that power. That's
adding to the debate. Chris Mannix argues that age may not be the only issue surrounding Inoue. He points to several recent performances that, in his view, have lacked the brilliance fans once expected. Mannix believes those fights could indicate subtle signs of decline, raising a bigger question about whether Inoue will still be at his peak when Rodriguez finally gets his opportunity to share the ring with him.
Guys like Bam who are ascending, they're the next great thing. Then they can meet at the right time. For Bam could be the next in line to beat a monster like Inoue. So if he's 34, that's a different story, Mannix.
I think there's something to not just the age, but like I'm anticipating this Nakatani fight to be tough. And if he fights a tough fight against Nakatani, maybe fights Nakatani again. I don't know if it's a great fight. Maybe they run it back before the end of the year. That could be like 20 some odd rounds of tough fights for Inoue. Then you're talking about the wear and tear. Fought 4 times last year. Didn't look like, I mean, still won a couple of knockouts, but didn't look like the guy we saw in the lower weight classes. Then maybe you see these two guys meet somewhere in the middle. Their trajectory's going 2 different ways. I get all that. It's got to be next year. I also don't want to see the fight happen when Inoue is like, if he's lost.
Andre Ward still recognizes Inoue as boxing's pound-for-pound leader, but believes recent outings have revealed vulnerabilities. Ward has particularly noticed a drop in the champion's defensive awareness, suggesting Inoue is giving opponents more chances to land clean shots. That could become dangerous against Rodriguez. If Bam can repeatedly create those openings and capitalize with his speed, timing, and accuracy, he could turn Inoue's defensive lapses into a major advantage.
In Inoue is that he can be hit at times. His offense typically is his defense. You don't see Inoue doing a lot of special effects defensively. He's athletic, he's young, he's still very spry, so he can get out of the way, he can pull away, even if it's not a technically sound defensive move. But most of the time, that offense, that firepower, them clips that he's letting off, that's what's keeping guys with their hands at home where they don't want to punch. So he doesn't have to be defensively sound, but he had some big moments against Nakatani, where Nakatani would landed some clean shots, but it just wasn't enough. Every time Nakatani would try to surge, every time Nakatani would try to have a moment, Naoya Inoue showed why he's one of the pound-for-pound best fighters in the world. He was
joining the debate. Sean Porter believes Rodriguez should give himself more time before accepting an Inoue showdown. Porter says the challenge goes beyond age and weight, with the physical difference also playing a crucial role. He wants Bam to grow naturally into the division, build more strength, and gain maturity. Until then, Porter sees Inoue as too complete, combining elite power, speed, technique, and experience to exploit any weakness.
I would like to see Bam get more experience.
Bam has to have more experience.
That's the number one thing.
He has to have more strength. Let me say this real quick, and now I think we can get out of here. Strength doesn't mean putting on muscle so that you can hit somebody and clock them. There's strength that you need to withstand what you're getting hit with as well. And Bam has to really build his body up a little bit more, getting in the ring with somebody like Inoue, who has both speed, power, quick, who has the total package. I think Bam has the total package, and he's growing into becoming the total package while Inoue is there now having the total package.
6-year age difference.
Yeah.
6 years.
Let's slow it down just a little bit. Respectfully. I say that with all respect.
Porter also believes patience could work heavily in Bam's favor. Rather than forcing the matchup now, he suggests giving Rodriguez roughly 2 more years to develop his body and sharpen his overall game. That extra time could bring greater strength, experience, confidence, and maturity. By waiting for the right moment, Bam may enter the ring better equipped to handle Inoue's power, speed, intelligence, and championship experience.
Both got off the canvas and got the knockout. I love that. So both can be put down, both can be hurt. So we'll see.
That would be a sharp fight. 2 years? Year.
Yeah, 2 years. After 2 years.
I hate to wait 2 years, but I think 2 years is like, now we talking about who's this fight favor. It favors Bam, I think, in 2 years.
Yeah.
Might favor Bam in 2 years, might be 50-50 in a year. And now I think I got 60-40, 55-45. Inoue?
Breaking down the potential matchup, Bruce Carrington explains why Bam could give Inoue a serious test. He sees Rodriguez's quickness, footwork, precision, and relentless pace as major advantages. If Bam can keep moving, land accurately, and force Inoue into exchanges he does not control, Carrington believes the pressure could build throughout the fight. Those qualities, he argues, could make Rodriguez a dangerous and difficult opponent for the champion.
But in terms of like his reaction, his movements, and like I said before, confidence, those are really important, especially up against a dangerous fight like Abdullah Mason, man. Like, he is always dangerous every second of the round, in every round. Like, he's so balanced. Every one of his shots are devastating and with bad intentions. And I don't know if Joe Cordina's punch resistance is good enough to withstand, Abdullah's power. Yeah, man, I was watching Joe Cordina and Gabriel Flores when they fought, and there were certain things that Gabriel Flores was doing. He was being pretty successful early on in the fight. But he ended up taking advantage, throughout the night, and then he got the dub.
So, is Bam truly the man who can finally crack Inoue, or does the champion still have another level waiting? The countdown is only getting more interesting, and every new prediction adds fuel to this potential blockbuster. What do you think happens when they finally meet? Drop your prediction below, hit like, and subscribe for more boxing updates.